Hello, I am a wizard and I have some mystery messages for you. No idea what this is about. I just really don't want it to get to do something fun, to not think about something too much or plan too much. So here we are. I found some objects on my walk here. We'll start with number 1. So the idea is for new people. I will show you 4 objects. You pick one object that speaks to you the most, or just pops out for you, and then you go to the timestamp below. I would also put it in the comment section. That seems to work out better. And then you can go directly to that timestamp. Okay. First mystery item is the bottle cap. It is very blue. It is very bottle cap. It has a story. I feel it. The second item is a nail. Black nail. Don't want to reveal too much about this, so we're gonna leave it at that. How simpler it is, how more mysterious, right? Then we have this piece of glass. House of glass. That's item number 3. And then for the 4th, we have this very nice feather. It was pretty nice shape and intact. Like all the other ones were pretty ravished. So must be a magic feather, we conclude. So choose your object and then go to that timestamp, and then there will be a mystery message that will help you. I have no idea. Okay, so won't be very long, people. I'm just trying to distract myself. We start with group 1, the blue bottle cap. Okay, see, we have some more clues. Letter S. The letter S. 29. I see. I'm gonna draw 3 cards, and they're here. Oh wait, there's a little bit more cards. Only 1 trees on these. Let's see what this blue bottle cap has in store. Oh. So I have some very positive cards here. I have the 10 of Cups and the 6 of Cups. Both speak of joy, satisfaction, celebration. 6 can be looking back at the past, good old days, sort of. This is the party you throw when you have success. You know, with the champagne pouring out. This is big celebration. This is a good old time, sort of thing. Then we have our Prince of Swords. Excuse me, that's the Knight of Swords. First. Oh. Feathers stay here. You are part of this now. Sorry. So the feather just spoke. Let's think, yeah? It's definitely about the mystery message, because I need the second, right? Why is it mysterious? Because I can tell you a lot of things, but I'll just start the story. It's about sort of the it's a sort of liberation of your finding your voice, figurative way, standing up for yourself. Also, in a way, like if you have studied a long time, you are now in a place where you are reaping the benefits or something, just sort of in that vibe kind of way. What am I seeing here, guys? I'm seeing these helmets. Whoa, the message just got really dark. And maybe not. I see you like chopped off heads here. Adversaries. You or just like a lot of adversaries been defeated. Because I see it all like all other knights that their heads have been chopped off. Fight is over and a celebration. Speaking up, this is a big part of it. Speaking up. No, drinking water. We got like a lot of cups here, right? And we got the water bottle cap. So this mystery message must be an emotional mystery. I love mysteries, so I'm trying to piece it together here. Because I'm seeing stories, guys, or I'm seeing a story in particular, but I'm not getting the feeling yet. Let's continue. So, blood, chopped off heads. Now the Knight of Swords normally is a bit impulsive man, but sort of impulsive, goes for what he wants, doesn't hesitate, and also gets away with it often, so a bit of a badass. The first could be recklessness. Recklessness. This is about finding joy in pain, like sort of sadomasochistic feeling here. Tide. There's a change in the tide. It's like someone has drinking from the cup and it is sort of driven them mad, like, and then in a way there's this internal this is about sexual healing. The mystery message here is this healing. To drink the water, like the healing water, the cup. What can cure you or what can help you? This is maybe the mystery message. Maybe, for sure. So the healing of your emotions, of emotions from the past, of failed relationships, of failed, very unsatisfied, very unsatisfied. And a lot of either like being reckless or overthinking things, about what you want or how you're gonna get it. There's this cage. I feel like there's this entrapment, and there's this fire within, and the mystery message is that you will heal this, that you need to release this internal like energy. It's a fire, and it's calling out to let out your inner devil. And don't be alarmed what I said about the sadomasochistic stuff or the blood and the chopping up heads, but there is this anger inside you. There's this anger, disappointment, I don't know what it is. There's this big ball of energy, and it is looking for sexual healing. And sex can be a very, very powerful healing tool, and I think it's calling the mystery here, or the mystery unraveled, is that the healing for the pain of the past, or from the loss, or I see more dissatisfaction, sort of looking back, overthinking things, overthinking your connections, not feeling it, not knowing what you want, a lot of sort of this disappointment, and this is build up to a ball of anger and or something, and I don't know, it has deeper roots than that, but something inside you wants to come out, and you need to let it out. You need to get way more. Oh yeah, you need to let go way more in your sexual fantasies, in what you possibly can do, what you want, and it doesn't even have to be real sex, just in your head. Open the gates to what is possible, to what stop. There's thoughts in the back of your mind, or there's these urges that you often push away, or that you sort of like they come up sometimes, but you push them away, or you feel ashamed of it, and the key to your truth of your healing is letting the beast out, letting your devil out in a good way. You need to just stop judging any thoughts that come up during your sexual fantasies. They're supposed to be free. There's supposed to be freedom in that. The more you resist these thoughts, the more ashamed you are, the more sexy they will become anyways, okay? And oftentimes, it is even because we push them away, we don't allow this healing, because if we would allow it, then we can also access emotions tied to pain, and there is a release in that. And let's be honest, like, sexual healing is still a very good way of healing for a lot of things. That's often our deepest fantasies anyways, is what we need for healing. So any deep fantasies you have, no matter how awful or painful, I mean like awkward or shameful they are, or maybe they are painful for you, but you need to really find the voice that, like, if, let's say you have this deep dark fantasy, sometimes it pops up, and every time you sort of like, that's too extreme for me, you really need to take the place of that little voice that likes it. Just play that part for a second, see what happens. Just say like, no, I like it, it makes me hot, I don't know why, but it does. So we tricked you, because this deep calm blue is calling you. This is you, this is a deep calm person, very in control, very very calculated. I want to say calculated, so I'm just gonna say it, but a deep calm person, and it's calling you to let out the fire. You are somewhere deep down inside, something is really, really tired of your little boring, calm, reasonable person game. So you better get in touch with it because it's gonna come out anyway. You better want to get ahead of that. Dragon. Yes. Good. Mystery solved. All right, that was a good one. Thank you. Group 2. The nail. Now I am very drawn to this nail. It is a black nail with a little flower head. Yeah. Black nail. A black nail. Okay, let's draw 3 cards and see what your mystery is. Up and you're there. Der Aeon, did we go again? So we have Judgment, 8 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Cups, upside down. We have a black nail. Black nail. What is this about? What is this about? So, ever since I saw the nail, it's been popping in my head. It's like the final nail in the coffin. The final nail in the coffin. Something. Okay, yeah, this is not a mystery at all. For me, this is the final nail in the coffin. And this is no, like, see it in a different way. This is the last nail, and it's keeping you from taking flight. And in another way, this is sort of the nail you need to get your feet on the ground. This is about karma. This is about a life lesson. The number 8 here is a sort of a work. You are coming to a conclusion of something. The 8, you see it as a loop, right? So see it as coming back around. And even better, you should see it as a Mobius strip, where it's this like, let's say you have a round piece of paper, and you would twist the side so that if you would walk on one side, you would automatically come on the other side, right? And you could go in an eternal loop. That's a Mobius strip, and that's also sort of how we learn our lesson. So let's say it's the same with the 6 and the 9. Like, one person is looking at a 6, the other person sees a 9. And this is what happens. Like, let's say in the one loop of the 8, you are a 6. And then at one point, you cross someone with a 9. Big shock. It's totally different than you. It's upside down. And you get a confrontation, a conflict, or love. And then you walk the other side. And slowly, after a while, you find yourself in the other person's shoes. So the 6 has become the 9. And you learn the lesson from that way. Like, if a pendulum would swing, like, you go sort of from extremes, you know? Like, it's a simple example. I don't know if this is really that correct. But let's say you are like on a life path to learn about wealth or money or material, like earthy stuff. You could have been sort of in a pendulum that swings from either being very poor to being very rich, or from being very in control to being not in control in a sort of way, or having to be lean on people to having to do it on your own. And this pendulum makes a small 8 on the floor. And after a while, after you come back to the middle point, you have a chance to learn the lesson and change the path. Or you do the same path again. you have you have a chance to integrate. So the 6 became the 9, and then the 9, like you see it from the whole other point of view, and then you sort of come to a crossroads where you can see, like, to choose to see and to live in the dichotomy. There are 6s and 9s. I'm both a 6 and a 9. This is both parts of me. Let's say, and if you can't find yourself in that, you remain the 6. You want to identify with the 6, then you sort of would go on the same lesson, or maybe, but in a different way. Like you would change to a parallel course of it. Okay, so there's never a mistake, or it's not like you can fail the lesson. There's no such thing. Just every time you come at this crossroads, you change. That's how I see it. And anyways, the number 8 is about these karmic cycles. It's also about the work. This is about Umsicht. Umsicht, it says, means sort of your surroundings, the big picture. The judgment is this is just saying to me that this is something old. This is something that either came from, like, in this life, some karma you build up, or something you need to learn from a previous life. And these are coming to a close now. And the mystery message here is this final nail, like, and you can see it both ways. It's just calling you to stand strong here and to finish the work. You are learning a lesson. There are difficulties in your life that seem beyond your control, unfair or unreasonable, but they are giving you a chance to once and for all grow in something, and this is calling you to really look at it like that. And this nail could be the I see it really as the final nail that is holding your wings down. Okay, this is the nail this is the pain. You're holding on to this pain and the unfairness of things, and really that is not downsizing it at all, because when you feel something is unfair, try to get over it. You can't. It's just a gutting feeling. So you do need to find the fairness in that. So you do need to find the lesson. And this is calling you to be brave, because you're not feeling the satisfaction. This is learning these lessons, coming to this end is hard. It's usually about you choosing, for instance, to choose your own happiness over waiting for somebody, even if it is true love, or choosing to stay, to help children, or to help other people and sacrifice yourself a little bit. Like, in a way that for you it is an important step in growing. It's calling to keep just doing, keep staying true, like, and ask for guidance to get these lessons learned. You want to finish them this life, or, like, in any case, even now you're going to repeat the same cycle if you don't choose to react differently. And now, careful, choosing to react differently is different than having an emotional reaction and having a rational reaction. These karma things, these things that seem to have that pull our heartstrings so hard beyond comprehension. It's, yeah, fuck, I forgot what I wanted to say. This is difficult, because it's a balanced thing between your mind and your heart, and using your wisdom and your brains, not to fight your heart, but to sort of come into agreement. Because this is the annoying thing about sort of these lessons, is somehow rationally we know what the way out, we know what to do, we know what we should do, we really know, But then our heart just inexplicably pulls us completely in the opposite direction, and then we have this battle going on, and you need to understand your heart a bit better to get it along, to get it to come along, and not compromise. Your heart will not compromise, and that's a difficult thing, and that's for everybody differently. Okay, you need to find the and in this. Okay, like I'm letting somebody I love go, and I still love them. Those things can exist both, and I can be happy. Again, anyhow, without minimizing what I felt for somebody. In this kind of way. And it's also don't be so hard on yourself. This snail is you need to allow the hurt as well. Don't run away from the heartbreak. Feel the heartbreak. Be heartbroken if you must. Your wings have been nailed down, so you need to listen to your heart, both sides. Don't let either side. You need to find a good conversation again, because these things can be very polarizing. So that's your mystery message here. Yeah, was a bit heavier than I thought, but it's the energy around, right? A lot of the 8. I'm seeing it everywhere. 8. So good sign, bad sign. I don't know. Full moon was hard on me. It was very moony. I'm just tired. That's why I'm trying to keep it very mysterious to have fun. So, group 2, goodbye. Group 3, hello. Or the glass house people. What is your mystery message? So, little piece of glass. We have the 3 of Wands. We have the High Priestess. And we have the Sun reversed. Oh, the mystery here. Okay, so I hope it becomes more mysterious. But the message here is, you've been challenged. There's been challenges, and you've been going, like, jumping the hurdles, and it's not been easy. There are broken there's broken glass. There's damage. I feel like it's just been a very like a tornado somehow went through your life, and you're looking at the broken glass. And it's hard for you to see. You're not seeing the truth. You are afraid to cut yourself, I want to say. Yeah, like, or wait. Okay, I'm not sure. The mystery is, though, there is truth you are not seeing, and it's calling, like, High Priestess, intuition, your deep knowing, your instincts, and the Sun reversed is like, could be a lie. Not seeing the sun, not seeing the light in the dark, and challenges here the mysteries, it's I'm getting something happened fast. Something came in ramming in something, someone I feel like sort of like I really resonate to this rammed through or something, and I'm seeing damage, and I'm seeing a secret. That's the mystery here, and the High Priestess is asking you to get to the secret or to see the truth, to look at the damage, study the damage in a way, you know, like or list what is the damage. Somehow that's gonna clear things up for you, okay? But I see that you are afraid of looking at it, that you're afraid to get cut, like to start, like, you know, in your head when you're not really want to look at, if you don't want to make the list why something sucks, but you look at what the damage is for you, or what the real damage is that has been made, and you will start to see some clarity there. That's the mystery. That's all I got. See if there's more clues. More clues for you. Clues. Okay, and the damage is, like, in this sense, it's more emotional. This Cancer is speaking to me. So you need to just take a pen and paper. You don't have to make it emotional. You don't have to start crying. You don't have to you just have to sort of make a list of what emotional damage has been done here. And what was the target? I feel like somebody damaged or attacked or was reckless, and you should look at what was the actual target. I don't think it's the same as what was damaged. You understand? Yes. And there is a camel. Why? Camel's back. Camel. Good luck with that. Alright, that was group number 3. And then the last group is the feather. Okay. Now, I know the people who chose the feather, you were going through something heavy, or releasing something heavy, something from the darkness, the light, that kind of thing. There we go. 2. Right. So we have the 4 of Pentacles. Power. We appreciate power. 2 of Pentacles reversed. And the 4 of Cups reversed. Yes. Okay, so in a quick sense, finding your power by letting go of balancing 2 things, or by trying to carry somebody else or carry something else. You're taking back power, and you know what you want. You stop doubting, or you're finally out of a hesitation period. Finally out of this like looking at in the wrong direction for a while, and now you're looking in the right direction. We appreciate power. What is the mystery though here? Because we are talking about a mystery. So for sure, like what I said in the beginning, people chose this are going through a change, or are a breakup maybe. Overcoming something big, standing on your own, but in this way also finding your power on your own. at, at long last, I think this was you for a long time, trying to balance these two worlds. And again, like in group 2, I think we have this 8, which is the sort of learning of the lessons. Maybe look at that group, because saying like you go around and then you have a chance to learn the lesson, or you go on an alternate path, always around these polarizing things, because that's a dichotomy, right? Like rich, poor, or weak, powerful, because let's say this is about power. So maybe in this life you've been learning about power by being very weak, so you've been sort of in the learning what it's like to be weak, but from this weakness you grow this intense desire to become stronger, right? And then the other way around is you are really strong, or you know how to become really strong, and in that way you learn other lessons. You learn why strength isn't everything, or how even with being the strongest man alive or having the most wealth, you're still you still have no security as it comes to other people, or sometimes your own life. Nothing is sure. And then you go back and you learn again why or how to use power. See? And then you swing about. So these lessons that you've been learning, and you're standing in your own, and you finally, I think because of you having to balance these two things for a long time, you really couldn't see what you wanted. I think this has affected you for a long time, and your desires that grew from that were not the true desires that are within you. So for a while you've been standing there looking at maybe some lost things that actually were meant to be lost, because that's not your true desire. That's like somehow you trying to do what other people think you should do, right? Okay, and this is about taking flight. Yeah, definitely go back to the group of the nail, the second group. It's the same thing, taking flight. But like, I'm thinking, what is your mystery here? Because we still haven't had a mystery yet. What is the mystery? The balance, for sure. This power is going to come from balancing from within, realizing you have everything it takes to do it yourself, and you have both parts inside of you, female and male, to say, or the architect and the builder, the 4 elements, secret. Oh, okay. So the mystery here is, it is not just about coming in your personal power, but this is about realizing that you've mastered these 4. Like you have access to the 4 elements, so you do have power to create, to really manifest into your life whatever you want. And the key, or the mystery I'm seeing is, I think the key to unlock that fully is to really focus on yourself. Like, keep this for yourself. Don't go solving world hunger, spoil yourself. That's what I'm getting. And you have, like, the magician, basically. You've learned, you have a lot more power than you think, but I think for a long time, because you were stuck in this was not accessible to you. And this has been opened. But I think it will only sort of yield to you when you stay true to yourself. The moment you sort of think, oh wow, I can share this, or I can do this or this for other people, it's not gonna jive. It's gonna need to be selfish to be this single feather, fuck the other feathers, something like that. And then that's gonna help you take flight. Yeah, that's it. Number 4. Okay. That was it for mystery messages. It's cold now. I need to go. Guten Tag.